All right, welcome back to the Big Game Breakdown, live from Knuckleheads. I'm your host, Seneca Hampton, alongside head coach Jake Bramlett. And we got a packed episode for tonight as we recap last week's big win and get you ready for week 4. But first, it's time for Coach's Corner, powered by Singing River Connect Fiber Internet, keeping us connected with Greyhound football all season long. What's going on, man? Welcome back for another episode of the Big Game Breakdown, episode 4.
Ooh, we already getting far into the season.
Oh,
man.
yeah, we on week 4 right here, buddy.
It goes quick once once about that second game gets passed and things start rolling pretty quick, and you start losing a little bit of track of where you are in the season. And but no, it's we're finishing up non-region play this week, and that's you're looking at the schedule from game one, and you're like, all right, you got a long stretch of non-region games and some really tough opponents, and we're on the last one coming up. So glad this part of the season to kind of be wrapping up and start getting ready for your seeding matchups, basically getting ready for that playoff run. And but just like the beginning of the season, you're just hoping that you're ready for what's to come. So
man, I'm excited. You know, every week it's a story with the Greyhounds.
Always a story.
Last week's story, it worked out in our favor. 21-14 victory over a tough, talented Lewis Sim-led Pascagoula Panthers. Coach, let's break down week 3.
Yeah.
Week 3 victory.
So starting out, first and foremost, Pascagoula played an incredible ball game. There's a lot of it should have been a bigger victory. They're a 6A school, whatever. They're very talented, and they played their tails off Friday night. And going back and watching film Saturday morning, once I got back up and kind of refreshed my brain and everything, their defense played lights out. They played a great ball game. Their defensive backfield is probably top 3 or 4 in the state, if not one of the best. They're definitely top 3 or 4 in the state in defensive backfield, and then have great players elsewhere on defense also. And they came out and they played phenomenal Friday night, especially on the defense side of the ball. Offensively, couldn't get a whole lot going, but a lot of credit to our defense on that. Our offense gave up 7 points, and our defense gave up 7 points, and field position wasn't always great for our defense, but they found a way to make it happen. And that's, kind of the story of the game is defense stood tall when they needed to. Offense scored enough points to make it happen, and you come out on top. But, yeah, Pascagoula played a great ball game. And then, looking back on it, I talked to our kids after the game, and, I was like, ugly win's better than a pretty loss. And then you go back and watch film, and I was like, it wasn't even an ugly win. It just, there were some things that didn't go our way that I felt pretty poor about during the heat of the moment. And then you go back and watch it, and it's, a couple things here and there. Yeah, I think we should have put a few more points on the board, but in the second half, we found ways to get first downs and then found ways to shoot ourselves in the foot, and just got to do a little bit better job in the second half putting points on the board. I feel like we do a really good job moving the football in the first half, and that's a lot of our practice this week is just like last week, making sure that we finish and finding new ways to finish practice and carry that into Friday night, to carry that into our game situations. That way we can complete 4 quarters on the offense side of the ball, and then defense they've been playing great this year. Give up 14 or 17 points to Petal, shut out Meridian, and then gave up 7 points against a good Pascagoula team with a loaded amount of talent, especially when they bring some of those defensive guys over to play receiver or quarterback. And they're playing lights out right now. They're playing together as a unit and playing with some tenacity too. So very proud of those guys on the defense side of the ball and defensive staff as a whole.
Most definitely. When you go back and watch the film, where were the game-changing plays that really shifted the momentum in our favor Friday night?
The biggest game-changing is not one play, but it's a set of about 4 to 5 plays. Was they're up 14-7. They've already had a pick six on our second play, or on the second play of the game. Went down there and scored. They come back, put together a little drive, throw a fade where we busted coverage and score again to go up 14-7, and we come back out and we're going for it on 4th and 4 and felt like we had a great play call and a little bit of a lapse in protection there. Broke out of the pocket, and a young quarterback, and that's why I told him, I was like, I do not fault you for throwing this interception. You were trying to make sure that we kept the ball, at least give us a chance, throw it inbounds, let somebody make a play. But, they returned it back down to the 5-yard line, and credit to Solomon Baggett. He goes down there and makes a tackle on the 5-yard line to keep the guy from scoring, and then defense backs him all the way up to the 30-yard line. Jax Westbrook blocks a field goal, holds them 0 points right there, and that was the absolute biggest part of that ball game. Is one, Solomon running the kid down to tackle him at the 5, and then defense pushing him back to the 25, and then blocking a field goal after that. That was a huge part of that ball game. It was about to be 21-7 at the end of the first quarter.
It's gonna get wicked, man.
Yep, and where I can sit here and say now, it's like I still feel good about us putting points on the board.
Yeah.
And 14 points is not the biggest of deficits, and we're gonna make things happen. Looking back on it, it's just that'd have been a big swinging point. When you give somebody that much momentum, it's tough. It's tough, and then defense sucked it right back out of them. So
yeah. So which player impressed you the most with how they executed in those big moments, whether it was on offense, defense, or special team?
Solomon had a really big game. I think he rushed for 130 yards.
2 tutties.
Yeah, and it just kind of one of those that took it upon himself. And I told him before that game, I was like, I really want a big night out of you. And I told Lanny Waltman as well, and they're just being a great 1-2 punch back there. And then Aiden Watson coming up with a big interception. And he is well, you've talked to Aiden. Y'all have listened to Aiden before. He a man of very few words, but whenever he puts his helmet on and walks between those two white lines, there's a lot more words that come out of his mouth. He's great with communication on the defensive side, making sure people get lined up, and then playing with an edge. And I was very proud of how he played. And I know I just mentioned our 2 players of the week, but I mean those 2 guys really stood out to me Friday night. They in more ways than just playing their position, like we were talking about with Solomon running the interception down, and then Aiden doing more than what's normally put on his plate as far as making sure people lined up in the run game, or we had a sophomore corner out there early, making sure he gets lined up. They just did a phenomenal job Friday night.
Yeah. Even in a win, there's always something to fix.
Yep.
What are the couple things you and your staff want to clean up as we turn the page to week 4 against a extremely tough Picayune team?
Yeah, I mean, the separation point from both sides. The defense has been playing well. Against Petal, we give up 14 points in the first half, but we do let Petal have that late first half drive when they're getting the ball back to start the second half, and that's one thing defensively that we just haven't been great at in the last 2 years. Whenever somebody's getting the ball back in the second half and they get the ball late, let them go on drives, and this is being nitpicky, but that's one of the things that we are focusing on really hard is doing things to deter that, whether it be, and this could be on the offense side of it too, is if you get the ball back with 5 minutes left to go in the half, make sure we still got it at the end. Will I ever complain about points if somebody busts a long run with 4.5 minutes left? I mean, yeah, you can't complain about that, but we're clock management's been a big deal for us, and then offensively is starting the second half like we started the first half. I think whenever I added it up, and now it's skewed because Meridian, the clock was running, and then Petal, you're playing a little bit of clock management, but when I went back and looked, we've scored 75 first half points and 7 second half points. So there's a big discrepancy right there. Like we got to do a better job as coaches in the second half, and we've done some things that I really like in the second half. I loved our 4-minute drill that we got into with 6 minutes left in the ball game, and we got the ball back, and we ate up 6 minutes and 40 yards, and they weren't getting the thing back, and there was a wheel to be had with the offense of, hey, we've practiced this 4-minute drill now 7 times this week, and we're about to make it happen. Yeah. And we went out there and did it, and there's a lot to be said for that. And now I'm arguing about not scoring points, but it's there's times that we need to go out there. We need to put points on the board, give the defense some relief where it's not always a back against the wall type of situation.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get ready to go inside the huddle with Coach Bramlett, and let's go over these plays that you picked that you want to show us.
Yeah. Whenever we good to roll, you just let me know.
All right, we are back with Coach Bramlett's Inside the Huddle.
All right, we're going to start out. What I like about this, the way this is set up is we can't see the scoreboard in the bottom left. So yeah, we throw a pick six on the second play of the game, immediately get the ball back. Defense still hadn't been on the field. We take the ball, we drive it right back down, have a 11-play drive, get down here, and it's just, this is just a staple for us. We're going to run the ball on the perimeter very well. Our tackles and tight ends do a great job. Our running backs do a great job with it too, and get Solomon going early. And one of the things I like to talk about is just RJ and Hayden do such a great job on this top end of sealing off this defense to where we got a bunch of free runners that you see not touching anybody. Like it's the edge of our offensive line, even with the tight end out there, do a phenomenal job of sealing everything in and giving those guys clear run lanes. Let's see if we can move quickly here. Now we're back 7-7. Defense is finally getting on the field. This is their first drive of the game, and this is just them. They're seeing a different look than they've seen in any past school look, period. They've been very basic as far as lining up in trips 2-by-1. They show something different and getting a little, we won't call it tight set, nasty set, whatever, with the two receivers stacked right there outside of tackle. Motion somebody wide to try to pump air in the defense, and you'll see Pascagoula try to run a flood concept. You'll have a deep out, a corner, a flat here, just giving a different look to it. And defense just does a great job with a look they've never seen Pascagoula do before. Make you throw the short route, come up, rally, make the tackle, make it 2nd and 10. I was very proud of those guys just for how they're maturing and handling these things, and it not being coach didn't show us this during the week. We don't know how to handle it. No, we have rules. We've talked about it. You've seen our offense do stuff like this, and a lot of that credit goes to Jacoby, Brody, and Verga, and Aiden, those experienced guys out there. It's like, don't panic. We've done this before. They're trying to pump air in us, make sure we cover that side of the field. Eli and Lucas will take the backside. Y'all got the rest of it, and then they make it happen. I mean, they blanket this thing pretty good. Aiden's in great coverage. You got a middle linebacker at 15 yards deep getting under the flat route, and then they rally to the tackle. It's just some good experience on defense and a lot of football IQ going on that play. This is what we were talking about earlier, our key points in the game. They pick a second ball off on a 4th down, run all the way down near 5. Solomon pushes them out of bounds, back them back up to the 20-yard line, force a field goal. They're up 14-7, could have been 21-7. And we've been working on our punt block or field goal blocks all week. Is where are we going to come from? We're going to overload one side. We're going to put a lot more effort into it. You'll see the guys on the backside standing there for fake, and then the people who are going are shooting their gaps. Kagan's plugging a hole. Jax Westbrook gets through there, gets his hands on it. EJ plays soccer with it all the way down the field and kicks it out of the 30-yard line. And actually the officials tried to take it back to the spot of the field goal because the new rule in high school football is you can't fumble the ball forward out of bounds. Well, no, we never had possession of it. we never picked it up. EJ kicked it the whole way down there. So, kind of a loophole in the rule, but it worked out in our favor, and it was one of the few arguments I've ever won with an official. But we got the ball on the 35-yard line. Still 14-7 right here. And I wanted to highlight Santiago here. Santiago Guyton, number 0. He's a sophomore. He's been working in, getting more and more reps every week, and really has just started to feel his way into a linebacker position where he's been playing running back his entire life, and works his way around the counter, outside of one block, inside another, makes a great tackle on a really good running back. Santiago is going to be a great player,
Yes,
man.
he
He's
is.
going to be a great linebacker, probably a high-level college linebacker at some point. He just has all.
Manti Te'o.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he don't have to go through the
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
he
yeah,
went
yeah,
through.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he's got the tools to be a great
Right.
linebacker. And then obviously whenever he gets back there in the offensive backfield, he is a great running back too
Yeah.
with some incredible vision, which I'm sure helps him out playing inside linebacker as well.
Shout out to Santi.
Yep. This is just is straight up four verticals route. I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that we don't carry into every single game. I just want to highlight a sophomore quarterback that's developing. He's
He
getting
is.
better. And he's learning where his windows are, and he's learning how to use his protection and where to move in the pocket. Now, one thing I would really like is he made a great throw
That mud was a
at
dart.
right behind somebody's head, but we missed a touchdown,
Yeah.
and we missed a second touchdown on the backside. Like it's places where he's going to learn, he's going to grow. But I mean, this is his first read. He stays on his first read. He knows he's going to be there. He does a great job of knowing that he trusts his O line. He has the protection. He doesn't have to come on off his first read when he knows it's going to be there, and then make a great throw. Now,
Catch by Hayden.
there's some great things that could have happened too. You could have thrown a touchdown as well, but I'm never going to pass up a 35-yard gain because of a missed opportunity. And then Hayden does a great job just plucking the ball out of the air. And this is a third and long later in the game. Just a formation that we like, and we can get to this play out of any formation. But he does another great job of looking at the defense prior to the snap and knowing where he's going to go. All five of these receivers are an option for him, and depending on what coverage you're in or what leverage you have, that's where he's going to work. And he finds the right guy. He's decisive. He keeps his eyes to the left. He knows that Hayden's going to win his route, puts it on him, and the big tight end shows a little bit of speed too. I mean, that's
The kettle.
yeah,
George Kittle
yeah,
right there.
yeah, with the same helmet and everything.
Right.
He got mad at me whenever I first gave him that big old helmet with the bull ram on it. But that was all I had for tonight. Just some low points, some high points. Just making sure that that the good things got highlighted. I mean, there were some very good things that happened in that ball game, and probably the best thing of it, like I talked about earlier, was our what we call our 4-minute drill. We got the ball back with 5 minutes, I think 46 seconds left on the clock, and both those running backs just Lanny and Solo, Coach, we got you. Whatever you call, we're gonna keep it rolling. And it was 4 first downs, and 5.5 minutes later, and the clock's running out. I mean, those guys did exactly what they needed to do. We had one pass play that we wanted to call on a second 8 or second 9 situation, and I trusted the quarterback to make that decision. And yeah, we're only up 7. There's a lot of things that can happen. We're trying to keep the clock rolling, but this is something that you like to do, and you're comfortable with this. You're comfortable with receiver, and we got to look, and he threw it. 10-yard pickup, first down, second down, and a defense that's not expecting you to throw the ball on second down is a great job by a sophomore quarterback, senior receiver, and then the rest of the offense as well.
Man, since the season started, I've been fortunate enough to watch the progression of Hayden Chalmers Bergen. Why I do that, man? They don't
What's
know why I
that?
do that. I always get Chalmers and Hayden name mixed up together. But Chalmers Bergen, I get it. Like, he has developed so much. Like, you see it each game, each week. Like, since the start of practice. Oh God, here go all your players walking in, man. Look at them.
They want free food.
That's what it is. I figured that. Yeah, they know to come. Jay
Hey,
told everybody.
it's getting towards the end of the month. Free food running out.
Right.
So it runs slim this time of the month.
Yeah, man. All right.
But no, Chalmers, I just want to speak to what you were talking about and his development, and he has done a great job. But what I want to give credit to is those receivers, Ian, Chop, Hayden, Jeremiah Logan, and the offensive line and the running backs. Of a lot of his development is credit to their trust and their belief of what he's capable of and what he can do. And those guys, no matter the screw ups we have in practice, no matter the screw-ups we have in games, throwing a pick six on the second play that, he gets hit in the back as it's coming out of his arm. I mean, you can't really blame him, but they have trust in him, and they know that he is the guy to get the ball to all of our playmakers, and then Sherrod go back there, and Sherrod does Sherrod things when he's back there, and it's great for our offense. It's great for our team. It's great for a good spark. Right. But that's what we were talking about a couple weeks ago is the camaraderie this team has built, and the ability to play together, and the want for your brother to have some success. That's what's gotten him to this point, is them believing in the young quarterback and knowing what he's capable of, and then trusting him even when mistakes are made to continue to deliver the ball and deliver when it's crunch time.
Right. Like I say, I'm impressed with him. I look forward to seeing the rest of his progression each and every week, and the next 2 seasons after this. Like, he's playing big time ball, man. Like. And
he didn't start out with any easy opponents.
No,
either.
he
Good
did
Lord.
not. That's what he took right on my.
No matter what you say about the Meridian game, your first start, you went to Ray Stadium and played a ball game against a 7A Meridian.
Right.
Like that's a intimidating feeling that I didn't have that as a sophomore, nor has a lot of people had that as a sophomore. For that to be your first start, I mean that's you're playing big time football, and you've already played a pedal team that. They're going to be there in the first, second, third round of the playoffs, if not playing them again really quickly, and then pass.
We don't know how Meridian might bounce back.
Yeah, I mean,
that was just one game.
And they've been doing that since I was in high school. Is they come out there and they'll lose 1, 2, 3 games the first 4 weeks of the season, and then next thing you know, you look up and they're 6-4, and in the second round of the playoffs.
They ain't lost since we played them.
Right, they're not?
Yeah, they ain't lost since we played them. Right, I keep up with them now. After I follow pages, I keep up.
No, Starkville got them.
They did.
Starkville got them.
So they 2-2. They 2-2. They 2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
1 and 2.
No,
there we go.
Yeah,
math was not my strong suit. Forgive me.
I leave that to Matt Stats with all that analytical stuff, man.
I don't know, man. He was over there talking about 4-0 all night on y'all's podcast the other night.
I don't know what Matt be talking about, man. Y'all forgive Matt sometime.
I forgive you, Matt. I knew what you meant.
All right, man. Well, that's a wrap.
Yep.
Of Coach. Matter of fact, before we go, let's talk about our Players of the Week. We're finna go into Players of the Week for this week. So
we're talking about Players of the Week and Senior Spotlight, or just Players of the Week?
Players of the Week.
Players of the Week.
And Senior Spotlight.
Okay. Players of the Week, Solomon Baggett. He rushed 18 times for 136 yards, I believe.
Toting that tater.
Yeah, it was 136, 126. One of those two touchdowns. Had a catch for 8 to 10 yards, but the ability to hand him the ball when you needed a big play was, that's something as a coach that you just cannot take for granted. It's, obviously you'd love to hand the ball every time and just see what happens, but at the 7A, 6A level, that you got to scheme up even great players getting the ball in their hands. But when he does it, it's the first guy's not making the tackle. The first guy's not going to make the tackle. He's going to make somebody miss. He's going to use his power at some point, and then he's going to get loose on the sideline. You're going to see that agility and that speed. Great job by him. He's making his name known as Ocean Springs Greyhound, and
a 7A running back.
And it doesn't just happen on Friday nights. He does a great job during practice of coming into a new team and being a leader. It didn't just – I'm not just coming here to be an athlete. I'm going to lead this team and be a part of a leadership group that takes this team a long way, and he wants that. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. Kudos to him, and kudos to his play on Friday night. Just phenomenal from what I was asking of him. I did ask for 185, and he gave me 135, but I didn't give him the ball enough, he said. So he give it to me 5 more times and we'd have got there. He was wanting me to hand it to him on the 4th and 8. I was like, man, that was really hard to explain to people if it doesn't work. If it works, I look like a genius. If it doesn't, it's a hard one to explain my way out of.
Your poker face, you can be like, I drew it up just like that, man.
That's right. But and then Aiden Watts on the other side, we talked about him earlier. He's leadership-wise, he does a great job in between the lines. And then, him and him and Coach House had a little debacle on the sideline the other night. That was quite interesting to hear about after the game. But Aiden does a great job week in and week out. He's always there for you, no matter if he's hurting, if he's banged up, if he's aching. You can count on Aiden Watson. And then he showed up and showed out Friday night, and he had, I think, 8 or 9 tackles, an interception return for up to, is around 60 yards or so, and then he doesn't come off the field on any type of defensive special teams. I mean, he's a captain of that group. We talk about those outside linebackers a lot, but Aiden does a great job in the back end of shoring up the rest of those guys. And as little as he likes to talk, he does a great job in between the lines on Fridays. And he's a guy that I'm going to dearly miss when he's gone from here. And never in my life did I think he'd be playing safety for us. I thought he was a running back pulling through, but he found a home, and he's really good at it.
He's really good at it, man.
He's really good at it.
I mean, I'm glad I got to watch his first interception last year. I called that one. And then this past Friday, man, and both of them was like textbook. Like, he broke down them. He redefined the term of the white DB, man. Like, he let him know, bro. I'm like, he is playing out there, dog. That's why I'm
white
like,
DB.
Yeah, that's him.
Isn't he mixed?
Yeah, he mixed, man.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Aiden, man.
You know, Ocean Springs, we got a bunch of white DBs. So
yeah, we do. Hey, it is what it is. We balling with them. Lock them up.
Lamp showed me that video.
I love it.
I didn't know what you were talking about last week when you said it. I had no idea. Lamp finally showed it to me. He was like, "Why don't you think this is funny?" I was like, "This is where I grew up at, man."
You used to it.
Man. No, but our senior spotlights, Ethan Horn and Lucas Sinopley, and they are guys that are just, it's what you think of when you think of Ocean Springs football. Yeah. Ethan's a guy who he didn't play at all as a sophomore. He was spot playing as a junior. I had a start here and there when somebody got banged up as a junior. And then he flipped a switch going into January this year. And I know we've talked about him. I think he was my, whatever you want to call it, most valuable player of the offseason as far as growth. And he is playing so well right now. I'm super proud of Ethan. What he's doing on Friday nights, what he does in practice, the intensity that he plays with in practice makes everybody else who is not giving 100% look silly. And as a coach, you got to have that guy. And Lanny's one of those cats that goes 100% every single snap. Yeah. And Ethan's the one with the big guys that if you're not going anywhere close to 100%, it's going to look bad because of how fast he's moving. Yeah. And I had to tell the coach today there was, typical football practice, end of a play, we're 40 yards away from a play in the other left corner over there. I got a left guard over here still blocking a safety, and it's about to go to the ground, and everybody's like, "What are we doing?" I looked at all of them. I was like, "If you didn't blow a whistle, he ain't stopping." Yeah. And nobody blown a whistle. I was like, "Y'all better get a whistle, because until you blow it, he's going to keep doing that." And, and he pops right back up, and he picks the kid up, and he's ready to go again. But if you don't blow that whistle, he is not quitting. Yeah. And that's what I love about Ethan, and we'll remember that for the rest of my coaching career. And hopefully he realizes that, and he, takes some pride in it. And then Lucas isn't far from him, man. Lucas is one of those kids, tough as nails. He's undersized. Everybody we play tries to pick on him. I mean, he's another one of those set of white legs you talk about out there in the defensive backfield, and man, he is just stone cold. He is stone cold. It doesn't matter. Petal had a 6'4" kid on him. He'll take it. Oak Grove had a SEC commit on him. He'll take it. He does not care. And he whatever a DB gives up a play here and there, you ain't getting him twice.
Nah. He's too smart.
You ain't going to get him twice, and he could have easily hurt his back last year against Northwest Rankin, took a shot in the spine, broke his L6 in his back, and could have easily just said, "Coach, you know what? I'm just going to play baseball." and I would have completely understood. And the first text message I got from him was, Coach, I don't care if it's broke, I'm playing next year. And I was like, look, this is something you and your parents need to talk about. I was like, if they're talking about back surgery, they don't want to do back surgery on people my age, much less your age. If this is – it doesn't matter. I am playing. Nobody's taking this away from me, and that's the kind of kid Lucas is. And we'll forever love him for that as well. It's just one, he's a super kid, and then two, he's a great football player that – it doesn't bother me when Meridian has a 6'7" receiver. Like, we'll put our 5'7" corner on him, and he's gonna do his thing. You may get one catch on him, but it ain't gonna score. Like, I mean,
he got help up top.
Yeah, he's gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that his side is locked down. And I trust Lucas with going out there and covering anybody one-on-one. If you can go out there and do it against Oak Grove 2 years in a row or 2 games in a row, kudos to you, because that's the best of the best.
Lock them up. I'm telling you, man, our DBs ain't playing, man. If you don't got permission to come to the pet, you got to talk to Trey Brennan.
Hey, don't set us up now. Don't set us up.
Look at Trey looking at him. He like, what is he saying my name for? Don't worry, Trey. It ain't nothing bad. Ain't nothing bad. You just caught a stray for no reason, man. All right, man. That's going to wrap up Coach's Corner, brought to you by Senior River Fiber Connect, keeping us connected with Greyhound football all season long. Coach Bramlett, appreciate you breaking down the big plays and giving us the inside for the Week 3 Pascagoula victory. Now we're keeping it on the sidelines. We're going to switch things up and go to our coaches spotlight before we do our senior spotlights and our players of the week. So, presented by Unique Collision.
So, Robin Lee up next.
Oh, yeah, we got the Korean Warrior coming up, man. Yes, sir. Coach Brown will let you know.
By the way, he's not Korean.
He look like it, though. Aiden don't look mixed, and he don't look Korean. He look Korean, so we just going to roll with it.
We're getting blanked out on this
I
show.
swear. Hey, tonight we got a special guest with us, offensive line coach and one of the most lovable characters on the staff, Coach Robin Lee. We're going to be right back with our players of the game and our senior spotlights, and we're going to roll right into our coaches spotlight with Coach Robin Lee. We'll be right back.
Seneca Hampton, where you at, boss?
This is Chase Spring with Bingo Media here with Lucas Sinopoli. Lucas, I wanted to ask you, holding the top 5 team in the state, top 10 team in the state to 14 points, how does that feel to boost y'all's defense overall?
It feels good. I feel like we've had a really good year defensively, and it just adds on. You know, we let up a couple big plays, but we bounced back and didn't really let it affect us. So just get out some kinks, and you're going to be great.
So defense did really well today. How was the game prep going into this whole week?
You know, we knew they had a couple athletes. They're a really athletic team, but I mean, we stayed within ourselves, just stuck to the game plan like every week, and just held our own.
Now, for you, I don't think I saw a single ball on your side of the field the whole game. If there was a ball your way, nobody caught it. Just how does that feel to have that big of an impact?
It feels great, you know. I mean, I went up against the best receivers and felt like I played my game. I was really calm the whole game and felt confident out there, so it feels great.
All right, now looking forward to next week. What do y'all got?
We got Picayune, a lot of running.
Yeah.
Load the box, stop the run. It's who wants it the most.
Yeah, we might see a few sacks.
Maybe.
In that box? All right.
Hopefully.
This is Chase Spring with Lucas Sinopoli signing off.
Seneca Hampton. Where you at, boss?
This is Chase Spring here with Aiden Watson. Aiden, you had 6 tackles, an interception, and many other things. Just walk us through that interception. What was going on in your head?
We were trying to play man, double Tylen. He's a good athlete, so we were worried about him. Coach T just told me where to go, do what I could do. Verga tipped the ball up to me, just landed in my hands.
How big was that to you?
In the game, it was big. We were on our own goal line, like tie game, doing whatever we could. I feel like it gave us momentum, take a lead, kind of.
It almost seemed like it shifted it.
Yeah.
Now, how does defense take pride in moments like that? Just moments where y'all can get turnovers on downs, interceptions, sacks. How do y'all take pride in that?
We feel like we need to do that sometimes, because sometimes our offense isn't going as it should be, and we know we have to kind of take control of it.
Now, how do you look for motivation when it's crunch time, late in the game? How do you look for motivation?
There's nothing really to be motivated about. You either win or you lose, and I don't really like losing.
Oh, yeah. All right, Aiden, appreciate it.
Thank
this
you.
is Chase Spring.
Yes, sir. Coach Lee, everybody knows you are one of the characters. Matter of fact, let's go back. Coach's Spotlight is brought to you by Unique Collision, quality work and trusted service that gets you back on the road right. Tonight, we got a special guest, a fan favorite and one of the most lovable guys on the staff, Coach Robin Lee, our offensive line coach for the Greyhounds. Welcome to the show, Coach Lee.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Little small little homies, man. Coach Lee, everybody knows you're one of the characters on the staff. How do you bring that energy and personality into your offensive line room every day?
At the end of the day, it's just be myself. You know, there's no. It's like I tell those guys all the time. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm never going to sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
But I want you to know I love you.
Yeah.
But don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's something I don't like, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
You just being a man.
That's it.
Teaching them how to be men.
I mean, that's how the real world's going to treat them.
That is. You're preparing them for the real
that's
world.
right. That's
Like,
right.
You're already in the trenches as
That's
an
right.
offensive line, so
That's right.
you got 2 strikes against you already.
That's
You're
right.
big, you're in the trenches, you're offensive lineman, and now you got to go into the world as a young
That's right.
man. And you're getting them prepared.
That's right, and that's
See
why
what
you
I'm
should.
saying?
Yeah, that's why you should tell those kids when they want to play offensive line and stuff. You know, and so then there may be 2 people
Right.
or 2 groups of people that are watching you play.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
And your mama and daddy. And then sometimes they're not even watching you. They're watching the game.
The band.
You know, with the band. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
But that's it.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
yeah, just gotta be
be
real with
yourself.
them.
I
Be
get
honest.
it.
Be
Yeah.
yourself.
Transparent.
Exactly.
That's it. These kids are not stupid.
No, they're not.
They're
not.
Shot.
They're not.
Yeah. So the O-line doesn't, like you said, they doesn't always get all the glory, but they're the engine of the offense. What identity are you building with your guys in the front this season?
Now, I just want those guys to be the most physical offensive line in the state of Mississippi. Yeah. Embrace it, because we got 4 out of the 5 starters up there. They have played a lot of football.
Yeah.
I mean a lot of football. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing about this group is, you know, there's a lot of things I can do with them, and they know it, and they get it, and you know.
Hey, Coach Lamp's here.
Yeah, there he is, Coach Lampley.
And Q.
Wayne County.
Wayne County and Q.
But yeah, they take it and they embrace it and just run with it, man.
Yeah,
You know?
They do. You got some veteran guys, like you just said, like Jaden Ross, anchoring that line. How important is that senior leadership to the younger linemen learning their role?
It's very important, and I will say that a lot of those kids, those seniors that we have, they've kind of, you know, told those kids, the group underneath them, the expectations that are expected, you know, and so forth.
Yeah.
And I like that about them.
Right.
You know, that's, like I said, this is a very good group. It's a very good group, very coachable group of kids that we got.
Yeah, they're a very good group. Very, very manageable young men. All right, let's talk about the Week 3 performance. You always hear linemen talk about being a brotherhood. How do you keep that bond strong inside your offensive line group?
I give them candy.
Candy.
I got a supplier that gives them candy.
Yeah.
And they like it. They enjoy it. They
Whatever
come in.
works.
They come in on Monday and Tuesday. There's something in that room.
Yeah. The little small things.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
You got to feed them.
Yeah, they
Just
looking
feed
forward
them.
to that. Coach got that candy in.
You feed them.
Yeah. All right, so looking back at that Pascagoula game, what did your unit do well, and what's something you're challenging them to improve on getting well going into Week 4 against this tough?
You know,
that Pickett unit got a tough front.
They do. They always do.
Yeah.
I mean, they always play what I call grown man football.
Yes, sir. They're gonna let you.
Yeah.
You know they're running the
That's
ball.
right.
You know they're gonna run
That's
it
right.
right down your throat.
That's right.
Like
they're
stop it.
they're gonna make the little boy sit down in the chair
Yeah.
and the grown man stand up. That's
Yeah.
what they're gonna do.
Stop it.
I mean, that's. But you know, last week's performance, like I said, I'm honest with them. I said, hey, you know, the first couple of drives, I wasn't pleased with it.
Right.
You know, it was like I think we kind of took it for granted a little bit, but then we settled in.
Yeah.
You know, and they played like I know they can play.
Yeah.
And this going into this week, you know, it's going to be a test.
Sure
It's going to be a test because I told them in the film sessions, you know, today and yesterday, don't take these guys for granted. You know, spot what you see because they're going to play up.
Five-time state champion.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be
sir.
a playoff atmosphere. It's going to be packed.
It is.
Like, you know,
They're very intimidating.
you know,
like they ain't scared. They ain't ducking no smoke. Neither are
Yeah.
we. You know,
Yeah.
but it's just a simple fact. Like we both got to bring that lunch.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
If we want to be
Mhm.
considered a premier program, we got to bring that lunch with them to go to work with.
Mm-hmm. And you know they got some guys on that defensive front.
Yeah, Mitchell Smith,
that are-
Nolan Wilson.
That's
like,
right.
They're loaded.
So and we do too. So it's going to be a great
we got
matchup.
Jaden Rawls. We got
It's
R.J.
going to be a great
Johnson.
matchup.
We got Ethan.
Yeah.
We got Corbin, man. Our line. Hey,
That's right.
We loaded too now.
That's right.
The boys ain't ducking.
But you know, going back to what you were asking, you know, I think we kind of you know, you said something about you mentioned Ethan Horn's name.
Yeah.
That's something that's kind of somebody that hadn't been brought up. You know, that kid just goes hard.
He does.
Every rep in practice, and
He don't take no plays off.
You play like you practice.
Yeah.
That guy is full speed every time,
Yeah.
and he's in the band. That's
Yeah.
what people don't know. He's in the band.
So he perform at halftime?
He performs at
I did not
halftime.
know that.
Yes.
I got to get some footage
You know,
of him.
back in the summer, that's what a lot of people don't realize
Yeah.
is that kid
He do double.
would come up here,
Yeah.
okay, do all the weight training.
Then go out there in that hot sun.
And when I say do all the weight training, all the stuff we did, and did it 110%,
Yeah.
then he would leave, and I think they had band practice probably at, I forgot what it was, from 12 to 3. I don't know the whole schedule. Don't hold me
Right.
to it.
Right.
I hope Shower's not listening to this thing.
Yeah.
And then they have a break, and they would come back later on and do it.
Yeah.
You know, and he does it every morning. You know, I
Yeah.
do 9th grade football.
Right.
He's out there doing band practice, You know?
What he play?
and he's excuse my friend, he's balls to the walls.
Yeah.
That's just
Just being Ethan.
when he gets out there.
Yeah, just being Ethan.
It's the dangest thing I ever seen,
Oh, he's diabolical.
and I love it. Love
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah. Great kid, man.
He is a great kid.
Yeah. Man. Oh. So you always, like you say, you always hear about the lineman being talked about being a brother. How do you keep that bond so we already said that. So fans may not get to see it, but I heard you keep things fun in practice. You know, they said, what's one thing about you that your players would say makes you a little different from the rest of the staff?
I don't know. You have to
You
ask
don't
some of
know?
them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you
I
got your whole coaching staff.
I don't know what
over
it
there.
is. Yeah. But that's the thing too. And you know, I'm going to change something. You know,
Yeah.
but
Go ahead.
I got a group of guys,
Yeah.
that volunteers. Like, I don't know if they see him over there. Nick Zepp.
Yeah.
You know, Nick Zepp played offensive line at the Coast Guard Academy, and he's currently in the Coast Guard right now. Comes out with us. Tanner Sweatman played down here at St. John's when it was open. Played at USM.
He old then.
Yeah, and then Sam Forehand.
Yeah.
You know, who I went to high school with,
We know
played at
Big Sam.
LSU. You
Man,
know,
Cleve's finest,
and
huh?
they all, and man, it's just great having all those kids or those guys around all those kids.
Yeah.
You know, and just letting them, you know, experience things and let those guys, and I let them.
So you ain't just got no regular volunteer coaches. Like, you got real guys that played the position.
I got an entourage over here.
Right, you really do. You got a whole crew. I'm like.
It's like the Four Horsemen.
Woo!
You know, woo! Yeah, exactly. And Sweatman, Sweatman is the Ric Flair of this.
There
We're gonna
he
get
is.
Sweatman in here.
Come on,
Come on,
Nature Boy.
Sweatman. Come on in
over
here.
man.
Come on in here. Hold on. This is Tanner Sweatman,
Yeah.
the pride of St. John High School,
There
right
he
here.
is. One of the last
yes,
of the
last
last
of breath.
members.
And come on, Zep. Come on, Zep. You're gonna get in here.
We
Right
can't
here.
fit forehand in this picture.
And Nick Zepp right here. These are, man, like, we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
And they, you know, and it's not a you know, some coaches have a thing where they say, you know, it's not a democracy, it's a dictatorship. Man, I lean on these guys so much. You know, they see things and they make suggestions. I'm always an open book.
Right.
Because it's like I told you last year, you know, coaching is the thing. It doesn't matter how long you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
But you always keep growing. And,
Yeah.
you know, these guys sometimes see things. I miss.
Yeah.
And I've done it for 21, 22 years, and they see things, and I'll listen. Yeah. I mean, I'm never gonna tell them this is a terrible idea. Well, I might make but for some things, but drills and stuff like that, you know. Man, these guys do a great job.
Yeah.
They do a tremendous job. The kids love them.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's, you know, like you said, the offensive line is the machine or the engine that makes this offense go. You know, they's guys, man, they're the same thing with the offensive line itself.
It was. You wouldn't have that neck brace on, wasn't it? That was,
You should have wore the neck brace. You should have worn the neck brace. It would have made you look tougher.
It did. It gave him so much aura, man. Like, right? Like, he's really out there coaching with a neck brace on. Hey, like, he's yelling. I was like, this guy's intense, man.
Exactly.
Right. Man.
But I wish Sam was
Me
here,
too.
but he's busy coaching. What we're 9-year-old, 10-year-old football right now. You know. And, yes, the future.
A future LSU Tiger, man. All right. Well, before you go, Coach, we got some funny questions we want to ask you.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. Funny quick hit. Coach, who eats the most on the O-line, and do you ever challenge them to place race?
No, I haven't done that. I just assume that they're offensive linemen. They all like to eat a lot.
I think Jaden will win. I got my money on
He
Jaden.
does, but, man, I don't know. Like I said, you can't count out people like Horn and Cohen Myers.
They might outshine.
And they may. RJ, too. RJ's the same way.
And what's our other guard?
And Sebastian.
Yeah. That's to probably be the one that'll sneak
He
him,
is.
right? Yeah.
He is.
The quiet. All right, Coach, if you weren't coaching football, what job would you have? And don't say barbecue judge.
To be honest, if I had to go back in time, I probably would have went to, like, law school or something, just because I like to talk.
Okay.
And I found that lawyers like to talk.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I like to talk. You can be a
Yeah.
podcaster
Yeah.
like me.
Or you know, that or maybe work at somewhere like Bass Pro Shop or Academy.
You want
know,
easy.
do you need me to, like, spool your fishing line on here or whatever? And it's something like that.
All right. This is funny. Who will win in a foot race, you or Coach Bramlett?
Oh, I mean, clearly.
Yeah, that
Jake.
we know.
He's a tremendous athlete.
What about Sweatman and forehand? Who will
Oh,
win
I
in the
got
race?
them.
You got them?
I got
What about
them.
them two racing head up? Who you think would get that?
I don't know.
That would
to
be a good
honest.
one to see.
That would probably be worth, like, you know, doing a live on location one of these and to film that.
Pay per view, man.
Yes, exactly.
I like
Do that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that's
See?
a good one. Hey, Coach Bram. That's Coach Bramlett. We got to get permission from Coach Bramlett.
Yeah, we'll get it from him.
We'll get Coach Bramlett. All right. So what's your go-to pregame snack?
Warheads.
Warheads.
I like Warheads.
Yeah.
You know, the sour is
sour
good,
kind.
but it doesn't last long.
You got to be
Doesn't last
smooshing it
long.
around real
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
I got you. All right. If your O-line was in a boy band, what would the group name be?
They were in a boy band,
Yeah.
and what would their group name be? Oh, man. Well, number one, I can't answer this because I don't really know any boy bands.
Yeah. You don't listen to NSYNC?
No. I could probably
New
say
Kids on the Block.
they
your
would
era.
probably be. I mean, I'm not gonna say a boy band if we're just gonna name a band in general.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bee Gees maybe.
Yeah.
They look like the Bee Gees.
Yeah, the big
I
gangs.
think they. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Who got the worst taste in music on your team? Call them out.
Worst taste in music.
Yeah.
Like an individual or
just an
a
individual
person.
Yeah, individual player. Because I know y'all let different people get the aux cord. I might one day I come in listen to country. Next day come in rap. Next day is metal.
I really don't pay attention to all that.
Okay.
It's just the fact there's some noise going on.
So you ain't even listen to
No,
I
not
got
necessarily. So I couldn't answer that honestly.
Yeah. All right. If you had to wrestle one of your linemen for bragging rights, who would you take on and why?
Who would I take on and why?
Yeah.
If I had to wrestle somebody. It would probably be RJ.
RJ. That
just
would be
because.
funny. That's another one of them
Just
paid on site
because.
events right there.
Because I think I could just get him going. Because RJ likes to talk a lot.
Yeah. He does. He does. All right. What's the funniest excuse you ever heard from a player for missing a block?
I slipped.
Hey, it could be a logical.
That's
question.
all. I slipped.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Have a base.
Yeah.
Have a base.
Get your feet set.
Yeah, have
Square
a base.
up. Square
If
up.
you had a base, you would never miss the block.
Square up. Get your feet set. It's simple. It's simple. I've been telling my flag kids that the whole time. Just square up in front of him, and he can't go.
And
He
it's
got
not
to make.
even with the offensive line. It's every position in football. Have a base, and you'll never miss the block. You know, it'll help you redirect.
Oh yeah. All right. If Hollywood made a movie about your O-line, what actors would play you?
Play me?
Yeah. Steven Seagal, most definitely.
You know, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
That is a good actor.
Yeah, I can see
Steven Seagal.
Yeah. I can see Robin Lee. Starring.
I don't know.
Featured as Steven Seagal.
Well, what's the guy that played in Machete? Is it Danny Trejo?
Yeah.
Is it something? Is
Danny
that it?
Trejo. Yeah, I can see that one too.
I like him.
I can
like
see that
him.
one too. Yeah. All right, last one. What's your hidden talent that nobody on the team knows about?
My hidden talent that nobody knows about.
Yeah. I heard you was a singer, a songwriter.
I'm not a singer-songwriter. I would say maybe I don't know. I mean, I can cook.
Okay. Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I can cook. I like doing that.
That's it?
That's it. I mean,
man.
outside of that, I mean, I don't have any other. I don't have a.
I don't sit over here waiting for something else, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it, huh?
we're live.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, true. Understood.
Sorry.
Got you.
Not sorry, but that's what it is.
This is PG-13 show.
Yeah, that's right.
Got you. All right, Coach Lee. It's always a pleasure. You keep it fun and keep the big guys rolling every week.
It's always, yes.
Always.
Always a pleasure.
Always. That was tonight's Coaching Spotlight brought to you by Unique Collision. Now it's time to shine a light on some Greyhounds who balled out. What we got, honey? We got Players of the Week or Player Spotlight? Player Spotlight? Mix? Okay, so we're going to go back to our second group of Players of the Week and Coaches Player Spotlight presented by the Garage, home of the Coaches Luncheon every Thursday at noon. Make sure you join us this Thursday at 12 o'clock for the Coaches Luncheon as we award our Players of the Week for that week and a nice little lunch. Of course, y'all know y'all can never get tired of hearing Coach Bramlett talk. But Coach Bramlett's going to talk about that week, this week. And, of course, you can always go back to these episodes, or you can just hit up Coach Rivenly. He got another time on his hand, you know. So, Coach, appreciate you for coming on the show.
No problem.
It's
Anytime.
always a pleasure.
Anytime.
Always,
Anytime.
man. And we're going to take things out right now, go pay some bills, and get ready for our Players of the Week and Player Spotlight. What else, Sweatman?
Yeah, get him on here.
Yeah.
This is Chase Spring here with Peyton Williams, kicker and player of the game. Now, Peyton, you had 3 touchbacks and a tackle. How do you feel about your performance last Friday night?
You know, I was happy with it. Wish didn't have to have the opportunity for the tackle with a touchback instead, but other than that, it was good.
The special teams don't always get a spotlight, but last night we felt like, or Friday night, we felt like you deserved one. Just what was your mindset going into the game and during the game?
Just the same as always, trying to stay calm. It's a lot of pressure on the position and just kind of stay relaxed throughout.
Now, walk us through, how do you prepare during the week to stay ready for big moments?
Say coach prepares us with that. He brings a lot of guys at us during practice, so in game we're able to just perform the best of our ability.
What does it mean to contribute over wins against Pascagoula and hopefully next Friday against Picayune?
You know, it's nice because, like you said, special teams, you don't see it a lot.
Yeah.
And to be able to help the team by pinning them back and whatnot, yeah, it feels good.
All right, Peyton. Appreciate it. This is Chase Spring with Peyton Williams signing off. This is Chase Spring with Bingo Media, here with Ethan Horn. Ethan, what does it mean to be a senior Greyhound?
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to be a leader to the freshmen and sophomore that are coming up into our program. It means a lot to be an example and show them how to do it.
How have you grown over your time here as a player and a leader?
I think I've grown a lot. I think I've realized that being a senior means you need to lead by example, and it means you need to put in the work and show everybody else that if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get nowhere. So,
what's one memory as a Greyhound that you probably won't ever forget?
I think it was my first varsity game in my junior year. It wasn't the greatest game, but it was the first time I actually got to start in a varsity game and actually.
Okay. And last thing, what's one message to the younger guys coming up?
Don't skip no reps. Put in all the work. There's not much to do other than just put in the work. Pay attention to what coach says.
This is Chase Spring with Ethan Horn signing off.
Seneca Hampton, where you at, boss?
This is Chase Spring here with Solomon Baggett for Player of the Game. Solomon, you had around 125 yards, a catch. Just take us through your 2 touchdown runs. What did you see?
The first one, I came running in. I knew it was going to be open because we had worked all week at practice. And it just happened. Scored, it was dancing in the end zone.
All right. How much energy did you bring to the sideline?
It was a lot of energy because this is like a rival game for me because I didn't get to play Gula for like a year. And I've been wanting to play them for like the last year. Finally got to play them, so it was all intensity.
What's been the key to your growth this season overall?
Just learning that I don't always have to be the one to get the ball or make the big plays, just being a teammate.
Now, what can we expect from you moving forward?
Big runs, good teammate.
And then more specifically, what about Picayune? How are you feeling about Picayune?
I feel pretty great. I'm just going to leave it into God's hand.
All right, appreciate it. This is Chase Spring with Solomon Baggett.
Seneca Hampton, where you at, boss?
right, now it's time to look ahead for Week 4. Week 4 is here, and the Greyhounds are gearing up for a huge matchup against Picayune. Coach, let's break it down. So, the scouting report states, all right, when you look at the Picayune on film, what jumps out about them, about this team? What do they do well besides just running the ball?
Well, I mean, it's hard to talk about them without talking about running the football, but uh, what they have on the defensive line and the defensive end that they have, number 74, I think he's committed to Alabama or offered by Alabama, one of the two. And we haven't played them yet without an SEC committed defensive end, but this is a really big kid. He's a great football player. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the run. He knows how to play the pass. He's not just an edge rusher type of kid, and he does a really good job. And it's somebody you hate whenever you're going through your game plan on Sundays preparing for a person, but he's a guy you have to prepare for. You'd like to prepare for a scheme and a defense, but you got to prep for what are we going to do when we're going to his side? What are we going to do away from him? How are we going to do these different things? Because he is a presence out there, and good for them to have somebody like that. And then when they bring the offensive lineman over with him, number 72, that's committed to Vandy. Good Lord, that kid is as big as a wall.
Mitchell Smith.
And yeah, he's not only is he big, he's a really good football player, and he plays the game very hard. When I say he plays it very hard, it's just I was watching them against Gulfport and watching back on their live stream of, it's late in the game. They've run upwards of 50 plays on offense and probably about the same on defense, and he's played all the offensive, probably half the defensive snaps. They're on the offensive drive out there, and he's got his hands on his hips, and I'm looking at, first week of the season, I'm like, this kid's about whipped. He's had enough. I was like, at some point they're gonna bust through and make a big play in the backfield. Nope. Every time they snapped the ball, it was washed the entire side down, blocking 1, 2, 3 players during a single play, and it was just a great looking effort out of that kid. And those are the two guys that lead that team right now to me.
Yep.
Obviously something could be said by one of their coaches, but to me, those are two guys that make them go. And where typically in the past with your Darrell Smiths and your Dowdells and your
Chris Davis.
Yeah, Chris Davis. And the Myers kid is typically like a running back-led team. Everything goes through the running back. And not saying they got 3 really good running backs. Yeah. Now, it's just not it's not looked at as a one-man show right now. We have a good offensive line with a monster offensive lineman. We got a good defensive line with a monster defensive lineman. We got several good running backs that can hit this thing by committee, and they're more of a complete team than what you've seen in the past. And Coach Stoddard and them do a great job of what they do, and they're not going to venture far from it because it's brought them a lot of success. It's what those kids do from the time they start playing football all the way through. Their community's bought into it, and that's an awesome thing they have going over there. And I can't say it's not Picayune without talking about them running the ball. I mean, they run it at you and they run it at you and they run it at you, and then when you start sleeping, they will throw one on you. But they do such a great job of, we have an identity, and we're not going away from it, offensively and defensively. This is what we do. If you can beat us with us doing what we do, hats off, you're the better team, is the way I feel like they look at it. But they're very, very good at what they do, and if I don't see that changing in my career. If somebody goes in there and tries to change that for Picayune, they may get run out of there the first time they come out in the shotgun. But Coach Stoddard and them do such a great job with the buy-in and the commitment, and you never hear about a Picayune kid leaving.
No.
As good of athletes as they have, like you hear about kids transferring all the time, in and out of Ocean Springs, in and out of Biloxi, Gulfport, D'Iberville, anywhere all over the state. They're just, whatever fits them better. Well, they're an old school offense that you just don't see very much at the next level, with high quality athletes that could be playing receiver at a school that throws the ball 40 times, or running back at a school that's in the spread and will have a better look at what you're going to do in college. No, they have buy-in from their players, and their players are committed to winning in high school, and they do what they have to do to win, and that's the biggest compliment and / props I can give to that coaching staff is what they do there. You don't hear kids leaving Picayune to go somewhere or anything else. We're here to win a state championship, and we're going to do whatever it takes to do it, and it's running what they run, and it's very, very hard to stop.
Yeah. Offensively, where do you see the key matchups being Friday night? Is it in the trenches, the secondary, or somewhere else?
I mean, the trenches are going to be what wins the game and not. Can we slow down their offensive line, and can our offensive line handle their defensive line and dominate it? That's where the game's going to be won and lost. But some key matchups that I'm very interested in seeing is our receivers versus their DBs. And not necessarily a one-on-one matchup, just the chess game of what we have planned versus they have planned, and that's what I told the young quarterback the other day is, Pascagoula goes through 2 weeks of they were 92 or 94% man coverage on 90 to 105 snaps, whatever it was. They were 95% man coverage. So, I mean, obviously we got to work man coverage during the week. We come out against Pascagoula and they're straight up zone, and the entirety of the time that he's at quarterback, they were in zone coverage. Even when we got down to red zone, they're in zone coverage, and he's like, Coach, it just wasn't the looks that we worked on during the week. I was like, that's when you know that you have something. Mm-hmm. That's when you know that you're a good quarterback or your receivers are really good or your offense is clicking is when somebody changes something for you.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the chess match that's going to happen because now he understands that. It's like, yes, we have to work what we're shown on film. Could we get something different? 100%. Now, am I going to show you a bunch of crazy nonsense looks all week? Probably not. I'm going to show you a couple things, just base coverages and whatnot, but I'm not going to just show you just some off-the-wall stuff that I thought of at some point on a Tuesday morning. We're going to work on what they do, and if they show us something different, then we make our adjustments, and we know where we are as an offensive identity in order to go straight back to our base plays, and this is what we do during cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, man coverage, whatever. But I was like, that's when you know that you got something special is when somebody changes something for you. So I'm interested to see that chess match back and forth, one between what their defensive plan is, what we got to offer as an offense, how our receivers handle it, O-line, quarterback, myself, Coach Lampley. I'm very interested in how that's going to work out.
Right. Offensively, what are some things we'll need to execute to keep the chains moving and put pressure on Picayune defense? Give it to Solomon.
We'll give it to Solomon every single play.
Yeah.
Which that's not a bad idea. We're just finding different ways to do it.
Right.
But it's one of the we game plan for great first and second down plays, specifically first down plays, and the key to success for us. And I don't want to jump ahead in any keys to victory or anything, but one of our keys to success is success on first down on offense and defense. And offensively, to me, that is 4 to 6 yards on first down. Defensively, to me, that's less than 2 yards on first down. So one of our big keys to success is having a great first down game plan and then executing on first down. And a lot of that has to do with, one, what is my quarterback seeing whenever we call in a play on first down? He has his checks. He can get in and out of plays, and then making sure that he's comfortable and he knows what he's looking at. Once he figures that part out, I feel good about our first down play calls. And then completing the ball when it's thrown in the air. If we're going to throw it on first down, we need completions on first down. Whether it's 2 yards, catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage, picking up a couple, or throwing it downfield, you've got to have completions on first down to be successful, especially in this offense. And, that's something we've been working on a lot this week.
Yeah. Picayune always physical and disciplined.
Yep.
What's the biggest challenge for the defense this week, and how do you plan to meet it?
Doing your job, 100% doing your job. the defensive front, linebackers, all the way back to DBs. Do not worry about the actual play that's being run in front of you. Whatever you're being coached to do it. If you're being coached to hold a gap, hold a gap. If you're being coached to fill a gap, fill a gap. If you're being coached to keep my eyes on that tight end, keep my eyes on that tight end, or stay in man coverage on the slot, or whatever you're being coached to do that job, and good things will happen. If you try to play outside of yourself and go out there and say, I'm going to be the one that makes an incredible play, that's when they get you. That's when you get kicked out and trapped. That's when they run toss around you when you try to shoot inside and make a play on the lead. That's when Picayune gets you, is when a 16, 17, or 18-year-old says, you know what, I'm going to go make a big play and I'm going to do whatever I want to. That's what hurts.
Right.
And if you do your job and what your coaches are telling you to do, everything's going to be okay. Yeah, are they going to pick up yards? 100% they're going to pick up yards. Are they going to score points? They're probably going to score points. I couldn't tell you the last time Picayune got shut out, and you probably couldn't tell me either.
Couldn't tell you.
But
X-Match that. We'll X-Match that.
yeah, well, he may not be able to find that one, but if you do your job, things are going to work out the right way, and you're going to hold them to. It's not going to be a monstrosity of a game for them offensively if you do your job. But as soon as you get outside of it, that's when that 80-yard toss pops you. That's when that trap pops you for 20 yards. That's when those things happen. Do what you're coached to do and maintain your composure during the game, no matter what's happening up front, no matter how many times you get double teamed, no matter how many times that big joker crashes down on you. You've got to do what you're supposed to do, and you got to be unselfish about it. And the minute you're selfish about it, you leave your brother out to dry, and that's a big preaching point for us this week.
Most definitely. It's week 4. Guys are selling into the season.
Yep.
What's the message to the team about staying focused and keeping the edge heading into Friday to close out non-region play?
Zero complacency. Zero complacency. We talked about it prior to practice today, and I find it interesting that you asked that question. But we talked about it prior to practice today. We talked about complacency as a whole, and complacency comes from success. Success gets people talking about success that you've had, and then the complacency is the overall. I mean, that's what comes of it. I mean, it's just human nature. It's somebody's talking about how good I did, or how good this team did, or how good, whatever it is that happened. You start to get complacent and feel like you made it.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about complacency is it hinders future success. It's not just a one-time thing. It's all that work that you've been doing to get to that point where people are now talking about your success is going to completely 100% flip-flop to them talking about your failures. And don't let it get to the point where somebody from the outside world has to determine whether your complacency is there or not. Yeah. Like you handle that yourself. You have a hard edge about you all the time, and you do not get complacent with a 21-14 victory over Pascagoula, or 27-17 victory over Petal, or a 35-0 victory over Meridian. Like, there is no complacency here. We have the keys in our locker room to win the state championship, but if you don't keep that hard edge about you, it's not going to happen. And it's got to be week in, week out, during practice, Monday through Thursday. We're preparing ourselves for what's to come at the beginning of December. We're not just preparing ourselves for what's to come on Friday. Yes, we have to work what they're doing, but no, we're preparing our bodies and our minds and our football capability for what's to come in December. And you have to keep that hard edge. And the second you get complacent, a team like Picayune will expose you. Yes. And you get later down the road, any of those Region 3 teams that you run into, whether you're a 1 seed and they're a 4, or you're a 2 and they're a 3, or on down the road, they will expose you, and they'll expose you quick. And that's something that we have to stay away from. Is any outside noise, any outside praise. We have to stay away from the complacency of, hey, look, they're finally talking about us, or people finally think we're a real deal football team, or whatever the case is. no, we have a point to prove, and that point isn't over until the first week of December.
Right. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me get my little screen right. If there's one thing Greyhound fans should watch for in this game, what should it be?
I'm hoping a lot of points in the second half because we've been struggling with that one.
Been rough these
but
last couple weeks.
but no, come out here and go to Picayune, watch on live stream, whatever you can do. But watch a football team go out there and play 100%, and that's. I love our kids to death, and I'll go to war for them, and I'll tell you they're going to play 110% every play, and they go out there and do that. They never let me down in that aspect, but that's what you're going to see on Friday night, and no matter the outcome, you're watching two great football teams. And both teams are going to be better coming out of it, win or loss, just because of the opponent they're playing. And I would love to go out there and tell you we're gonna score every time we get the ball. We're gonna stop them every time they get it. But that's just not going to happen. There's going to be some exciting things happen in that game, and it's happened since I've been a head coach. The 2 years that we played Picayune, you've had a great battle at their place. Our defense stood up 2 years ago against them. Offense had a phenomenal game. I think Dabo, Chalmers' older brother, completed 25 of like 35 passes that ball game, and then they come over here and they beat us 38-35 in a shootout last year. Yeah. It's I expect a great football game and something that will be exciting to watch, no matter what your view is on what type of offense or defense somebody's running. That will be an exciting football game, and hopefully it will continue to build that rivalry between Picayune and Ocean Springs of, we're going to play this thing every year, and we're going to battle this thing out and test some wheels, and it's going to prepare us for the region play in the playoffs, and they're not going anywhere, and hopefully we aren't either. We're going to do our best to hold our own here in Ocean Springs, and this be a great rivalry to end non-region play year in, year out.
Oh, yeah, we ain't smoke, we ain't scared, we ain't ducking no smoke. We want it all, and we coming to the Union for it. All right, that's a wrap on episode 4 of the Big Game Breakdown, live from Knuckleheads. Big thanks to Coach Bramlett, Coach Robin Lee and staff, and our players of the week for joining us tonight. And, of course, none of this would be possible without our incredible sponsors, Singing River Connect Fiber Internet, Unique Collision, Lady Mate, Glory Bound, Gyro Company, and the Garage.
Gyro.
Yeah, Gyro. Yeah, Gyro.
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 With a Y.
With a Y, it is. You know I'm country.
Oh, yeah. Glory Bound Gyro Company.
So, all right, we'll be back. We'll be right back here next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, as normal, breaking it all down and getting you ready for our Week 5 matchup, homecoming matchup against the Biloxi Indians, our first test of region play going into the 2025 season. And like you said, we're getting ready for playoff seeding. Yeah. So
hopefully be 1-0 next week.
Oh, most definitely, man. I'm a God-fearing man. The vision has already been showed to me. 1-0 until the death of me.
Yep.
All
1-0.
Right. To then, I'm Seneca Hampton alongside Coach Jake Bramlett, the man behind the blue and gray. Yep. Reminded to stay all in and always, how do you want to be remembered? That's what Coach tells his guys every week. How do you want to be remembered? I know how I want to be remembered, but these young men, how do they want to be remembered? It all starts Friday night, 7 o'clock. Ain't that right?
Always. 1-0, baby.
1-0. See y'all Friday night under the lights. Until then, God loves everybody.
I thought you were going to say Greyhounds.
Yeah. He loved it.